Welcome again to Profiles. I'm Richard Fredrickson. We're here at Al's Steakhouse, and we have a very special guest for you. Sister Bernie is here. Sister B has taken time from her busy schedule, traveling throughout the country on the Bingo Bonanza that is coming to Joliet, and we're going to be talking with Sister in just a moment. But first, of course, I want to do my usual and very honest invitation to every one of you, even the one who's calling on the phone right now, to say this to you. Al's Steakhouse, what a great restaurant for lunch or dinner. That Sunday buffet is an award-winning buffet. You'll bring the entire family and they'll be fulfilled completely. If it's a romantic time like it was last week for Valentine's Day, what a great restaurant. Ambiance is perfect for just you and that special someone. Or perhaps it's a business luncheon. Whatever it is, put Al's Steakhouse on your special date list at Hamus and Jefferson in Joliet, Illinois. Welcome to Profiles. I'm Richard Fredrickson. The Joliet Area Historical Museum is spotlighted, and then we're going to talk about Sister B's Bingo Bonanza coming up on Friday, March 11th. A great act, truly a great act, and that is Skip Graperis is coming back, and he has the guys who really kind of made us rock and roll. He does the whole history all the way back to the Black/Negro music of the slaves and the 50s and all the way through the Beatles. It'll be a delightful show for you. March 11th, that's a Friday at the Caterpillar Room, lower level at the Joliet Museum. And we're going to put that number up for you to call and the website for you to check out. Coming up Sunday, April 3rd, I have no idea what this is, but I've told it's a lot of fun. Lego Mania will be coming, a family fun day filled with Lego-themed, events, I guess. You'll have a fun time. Check out more of it. It's an afternoon. It's from 1 o'clock to about 5 o'clock in the evening at the museum. And we'll be talking to you also later on. We're going to get Mike Brick, who is he's the PR guy, the development director, and he's also one of the fellows who will be responsible. And if anything goes wrong when I talk with Sister B and the Bingo Bonanza coming up on February 27th, it's Mike Brick that you want to talk to, okay? That's the guy who put all of this together. Right now I want to welcome Sister B. Welcome to Joliet.
How are you? It's nice to see you.
Did you have a nice ride out here?
Well, actually, I thumbed half my way on I-80, yes, because the bus broke down about 6 months ago. We haven't been able to fix it yet. So, I get out there and if I got a couple of a little change in my pocket, I can get on the bus. But after that on I-80, there's no bus on I-80.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hitchhiked and it was a nice ride. It was okay, a little snowy out there.
You have to be careful of hitchhiking on I-80 for buses because the Pace bus runs on the shoulder.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Well, they're loaded with senior citizens. They like to go a little slower on the side. It's
That's
a nice
true.
thing to do, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That Pace bus goes everywhere, doesn't it? It's great.
It does. I wouldn't say I met you, but I saw you at the Irish Fest in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What in the world were you doing up there?
Well, we lost our parish. That's the bingo board broke. So we're trying to fix it. And I'm telling you, I told Father Martini that I think it was our neighboring parish. Somebody snuck in the middle of the night from Our Lady of the Prairie over there. There used to be a regular school. Now they're an academy. And fine, they got that big, highfalutin, big bingo sign over there. We couldn't compete with that. I'm telling you, it was awful. So now we're just trying to fix the board. And now what happens to us? We lost our whole parish. St. Dimphna's gone. She's the patron saint of mental disorders. You know that, don't you?
Oh, yes.
I like her, yeah. I have a little anger management problem myself. I'm working with it. And Father Martini, who thinks he's a game show host, wannabe is what he is. Sister Charisse, I don't know if you know that, she's a former carny. But, nice girl. And we get our prizes from her. She's still got a line with Jake, the Tilt-A-Whirl guy, that helps us get some prizes. You realize we don't play bingo for dollars. We don't play for money.
It's for prizes.
It's for prizes, yeah. According to the 7 deadly sins, and the prizes represent the 7 opposite virtues, which nobody seems to know what they are. I don't understand that. At least 12 years. You had 12 years of Catholic education, right?
I was taught that, but I must admit, sister, that I have forgotten those.
Well, you gotta understand that. You know, if you can get into trouble, you can get out. There's always a yin and a yang and everything.
That's true.
Of course,
so
if you
true.
got in the building, you can get out of here.
We can. Now, let's set the scene a little bit here now. You're going to be in Joliet, February 27th.
Yes.
At what a room's called the Caterpillar Room. It's a lower level of the museum. It holds about 200 and some people, so there's room for you. And there's tickets available. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But what will we experience? We're going to be in the room.
Well, this
we're
is a
coming down.
fundraising effort.
Well, I forgot that
Yes,
part.
this is a fundraising effort for the Historical Museum in Joliet. You know, this is a beautiful place. Yeah, well, it was the last time I was roaming down I-80, and I came down off there and just ran into this Mike Brick, nice guy.
Yeah.
Michael, nice guy, named after an angel, Archangel.
Archangel
Very
Michael,
nice.
yes.
And so he was telling me all about Joliet Jake and the whole. I said, you mean the Blues Brothers thing? He said, yeah, it's got that whole Route 66 there. Beautiful. You know, that used to be the only way to travel across the country, that Route 66 display they have in there in the museum. It's just a great thing. Well, he said to me, there's a room downstairs. I said, I'm always looking for an empty room to put up the bingo bonanza. Takes me downstairs, and I thought, this is great.
Perfect.
So it's going to be a fundraiser for him. You know, Richard, you have to raise funds. You have to raise funds. This is the only way to keep some of these historical buildings and these wonderful places open. It took my church away from me. I know how difficult it was to do this. And actually, to be honest with you, I don't think the money's worth anything anymore. To anywhere. China, here, nowhere. You know, you can spend it and pretend it's doing something. It's not.
You know what was interesting? Now, I know it's just dimes, right? You
Yes,
have a-
times, yes.
yeah.
We asked for a little donation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, I think that here there's a little ticket price that he's charging for his fundraiser.
Okay.
And then I do believe he will have some tickets sold for a 50-50 split the pot, I think he's going to
Okay.
have. And to other gift baskets that people can buy a ticket for and also win from various, I think he said, restaurants around the town, or maybe other, some types of businesses around
Great.
Joliet. And isn't that was very
Yeah.
nice of him. But we take a dime.
Yeah.
And that's all we need.
It's just a
trying to
little
get
container.
That's right. You
Yeah.
just put your dime in there. You get a bingo card. You get your little program. You go and you sit down and you shut up until I get in there.
Yeah.
And we like
I
it.
realize
Yeah, I
that.
like a little discipline.
I realize that. Now, I'm
That's
going
what's
to...
missing, Richard.
I-
That's what's missing in life is discipline. Look at you. Were just going to talk over me. Boom. Go
That's
ahead.
true.
Go
That
ahead.
is so true. Now, one of the things that I'm going to have to practice and learn, because I'm going to introduce you properly, and
Yes.
I will, after the show, get some instructions on how to do that, and behavior and all of that, because I did have, let's see, you correct, about 12 years of Catholic education, and those of you who share 4 years or 8 years of Catholic education, you really need to put February 27th on your day. It's in the afternoon. What are you doing in the afternoon? It's a perfect time to come and bring your buddies, bring your girlfriends, bring your boyfriends, bring the entire family.
Yeah, just keep your hands off each other. You know,
Yeah.
we don't like all that pawing and all that. It's ridiculous. You know, you're here to play bingo. There's no education involved here. We will remind you of the opposite virtues for this deadly sins, but you're not going to learn anything else here. We're here to play bingo and collect dimes and fundraise for these particular things. That's what we're here for, Richard.
See,
Look at how nice you look too. You can tell you're Catholic educated. Look how nice you sit up straight like that. Very good.
One of the things that you should be wary of when you come into the bingo parlor at the Caterpillar Room is, and you did mention this earlier, there is some anger management going on and
Yes.
dealing with that.
Yes, I am dealing with my anger management problem. As a matter of fact, I can't stay too long. I have to go over to the YMCA. They allow me to sit in on the anger management class they have for free. It's very nice. They do that for, and a trade-off though, I have to teach hygiene to the new swimmers, so it works out really well for me too. But you know, I am working on my anger management problem. It's an old problem, you know, and they finally found the root of it. You know exactly what it's an old story, but you know, many years ago, it was Ash Wednesday, and I was supposed to get ashes, and I was late. I was late at school getting there, and so I missed ashes, and I stayed for after, because you know, you got ashes several times a day. They used to have ashes way back in the 50s, so many times a day. Now what, once? If you get there, you make it. If you don't, it's
gone.
ridiculous.
Right.
Anyway, so I was late, and so I stayed after, because I knew ashes would be again after school. So I waited, and I got my ashes and ran home to find no one at home. They moved. The entire family. My 9 siblings and my parents moved and left me. Can you imagine them leaving a child there? Left me, moved. It was black, completely dark. So there I was sitting on the front porch sobbing. And who was walking by but the 10 sisters? You know, they travel in packs for safety. Anyway, the sisters knew me. I was a student. So sister said to me, "What are you doing sitting on the front porch sobbing like that?" I said, "They left, the family left, they moved."
Unbelievable.
And she said, "Well, why didn't you move? Why didn't they take you?" I said, "Well, I was late." So of course it was my fault. Of course it was all my fault. Anyway, they took me to the convent. And I thought, when I got in there, I looked around and I thought, wow, what a beautiful place. Everybody has their own little room. 75 of them split that one restroom. That would work. I mean, there was 9 of us. I was understood standing in line waiting for the restroom. And you know what, Richard? Someone would always be home. And that's when I thought, this is when I'm going to join the convent. But since then, I've been thrown out of every order I've ever been in. Right now, I'm in the, my order is the, the Third Order of the Lowly Sisters of Perpetual Mercy. That's my order. I'm the only one in it because no one will allow me in their order anymore due to my anger management problem, but I am working on it.
So we'll kind of experience that and witness that because you're going to be there at the Bingo Bonanza. You cannot miss this now. And before the show, I talked to Mike Brick, and they are being sold online, on the phone. You can go down to the museum and get them. Let me see. I'm going to check my information here now. $14 for those of you who are museum members. $16 for us non-members. Now, if you go down there, it's still only $20 at the door.
So show up. Be on time.
Be on time.
Make the savings.
Don't be late.
Don't be late. That's not a good thing.
No, and if you want more information, we're going to put the number right up there right now. 815-723-5201 and ask for extension 222. Can't miss that one. Put it right up on the screen.
And I do think he also has a website, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. It's JolietMuseum.org.
Yeah.
JolietMuseum.org, all one word, JolietMuseum.org. It'll be up there as well. And you'll want to just check that out. You can see your the Bingo Bonanza for yourself. And it's a delightful, wonderful afternoon of playing a bingo game that you were, well, you'll remember for the entire length of your life. You'll never forget it.
You won't forget it. And you know, it's a fundraising effort that's really wonderful for this town. What a beautiful town. What an old, so much history in Joliet, so much history. It's just amazing. When I drive through and I see so many beautiful buildings down there, you know, and I could work that courthouse. I see them all coming out of there. I could handle that corner right there because I noticed they had a problem crossing the street. Don't they learn anything in there? But whatever, you know, I could.
We're going to have a new courthouse.
Oh, you are?
We're going to have the old courthouse, and then we have a brand new courthouse in a couple of years. They just passed some county and city legislation there. They're going to negotiate that one, and that's something new and exciting for Joliet.
That's very nice.
We'll have you back.
I'd like to be in on that negotiation. There's a nice little chapel at the end. A prayer doesn't hurt.
What a wonderful
prayer
idea.
Prayer doesn't hurt. That's right. And I don't care what you're praying. You know what? All these different religions, that's all right, dear. It's okay. Be careful with that. There's only 75 glasses allowed for today. Now there's what, 74? It's all right. Did I notice the phone ringing here like crazy? That's probably Father Martini.
It could be. Tell me about him, by the way.
Oh, he's nuts. You know, he's got quite a story of his own, you know. He was one of many cousins and aunts. No, I don't know how they all got there because it's all women. He's all women cousins, all sisters, all these women. And so Father, you know, before he was in the priesthood, he had another life. He had a girlfriend.
Really?
Oh yes, her name was Rose Buckner. She lived next door. Because God forbid he'd walk 3 blocks to meet anybody. You know, she had to be convenient right there. Well, you know, Father, you know, he had the only one priest in the family, had died. And Grandpa Rocco, his grandfather, asked him if he would be the family priest. A big Italian family, they need a priest, one right there in their own crowd. So he agreed. But, you know, he always had this dream of becoming a game show host.
Still.
Yeah, he told me he was going to school for it. Where do you go to school to become a game show host? Most ridiculous thing I ever heard in my life. So once, of course, I told, you know, the whole place closed down. I said to him, we're going to have to take the bingo game on a traveling mission. This is what we're going to do. He said, well, I'll be the host. Well, of course he's going to be the host. Drives me nuts.
Well, he'd love to do that, and,
Well-
I think, I did talk with him in Milwaukee. He went to the Bob Barker University for game show
Yeah,
hosts.
that's what he said. He told you that.
Yeah.
I think that's a tale. He is a priest. Let him confess his own sins. But you know what? I think that's a bunch of hogwash. Whatever. He's up there doing the best he can. And Sister Charisse tries to help him as much as she possibly can.
She's
but
a sweetheart.
She's a very nice girl,
Yeah.
but she has her own story too. She was a carny,
Real?
Yes.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, carny. And she has a fit when I call her that. She calls them something else. I don't know, entertainment engineers or some ridiculous long name like that. Anyway, for years, she had no idea. She was raised in the carnival. This was it. I mean, their homeschool was it. I mean, what is that on how to work the Ferris wheel? What is she learning?
No idea.
So she found out one night that the game that was invented by her very father, the fabulous fish flop, was fixed,
Oh, my goodness.
rigged. I thought, how can she not know? They're all rigged.
they're all
That's
rigged.
the whole idea of the carnival. That's how they make their money.
That's right.
Anyway, she left in the middle of the night with the clothes on her back. I found her riding the bus on my way back and forth to the YMCA to my anger management class. And finally, I realized she's not riding the bus. She's living on the bus.
Oh, my goodness.
I asked her if she wanted to come in right away. Of course, the church is taken away from us. So you know the story. I moved us, the three of us, into my childhood home in Canaryville. And of course, she just fine there. And I had a little novice outfit, and I put her on her, so she's there. But I think she's hiding. The carnival comes to town, scares the liver out of her. She won't go outside for months, but she's doing okay. Yeah. Yes.
So the Father Martini and Sister Charisse and you, now, all three of you,
Yes.
are principals in this bingo game. It is a game now.
Yes, it
People
is. You are
play-
playing bingo.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're going to get a bingo card. You're going to play bingo. You're lucky if you're going to come out of there alive.
Now, there is a woman, Mary McHale, I believe, is the producer and director of this bingo game,
Nice
Bingo
girl.
Bonanza.
Very nice.
Tell me a little bit about her. She's not here today, but you know her.
Yes, I know her very well. She smiles a lot. Too much for me. Anyway, I always wonder what's going on in her head. Very nice girl, though. Put together this whole thing for us. Told us, hey, you can come right in there. Let me put it together. Put a little slideshow together to explain how we lost our space and how to do this. She's been doing it about 10 years. I mean, it's just a little thing. She's got a nice little production company. She has a website. It's bingobonanza.info. You can look at her website
that?
too.
Put that one up there.
Bingobonanza.info and see her story and the stories of the other people that help with this. I think she's got a fellow with her called Dave Nolan, and I think there's another girl, Carrie Burton. Those two people are also on the website, and it explains their little story about how long she's been helping us with the Bingo Bonanza.
So a little bit more background on this Mary McHale. Did she, from Chicago?
Yeah, she's from Chicago, originally from Chicago, moved. She's married, has a son and a husband, very nice, married 33 years. Nice girl. We started classes, she was a hairdresser originally, she told me. And then she started classes at Second City. And while she was at Second City, she ended up being in a show called Tony and Tina's Wedding.
Oh, sure.
Oh, nice little program. She
Yeah.
thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then she started working over at the Ivanhoe Theater with the Free Associates. And that was quite a crowd there. She explained to me how they would take literature written and kind of flip-flop it and do it as a satire. So instead of saying cat on a hot tin roof, you saw cast on a hot tin roof. Or Dysfunctional Dixie Christmas, which was also that type of thing. BS, which was about the Benevolent Saints Hospital. Great shows, wonderful shows. Dancing at Lunasa was turned into Chancing at Lunacy. Brian Friel plays, wonderful thing. And upstairs of there, I know that she saw another program, a late night catechism.
Oh,
and she started performing. She went up there and started performing as that nun up there. And then she and the producer of that show went out to Naperville and opened up a theater called Crossroads. And while she was there, she found me. And she wrote this program up for me when she heard my whole story. Isn't that nice? So she and her friend Susan Gaspar wrote this whole story for us so that we could explain it to the public
So you could
about our
share the
dilemma.
story with the people.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes. So she is the writer. Those two are the writers.
Mary
of this.
McHale.
And
Wow.
Susan Gaspar.
Yeah.
Mary McHale and Susan Gaspar. And she has her own company now. She calls it McHale Productions.
McHale?
Right.
Well, look, now you've got the whole story. You can share that with your friends, your neighbors, your next door neighbor. Come on down, February 27th, 2 p.m. at the Auditorium Theater. Again, $14 if you are a member of the museum, $16 if you're a non-member. And if you just want to show up down there on Saturday, that's fine too.
Yes.
Be on time.
Be on time. Yeah, it's very important.
$20, and there's a lot of. I tell you, I've seen the show.
You've heard our story.
I know the story, and I played the game, and it's an experience you'll never forget.
And you're fine. Look at you. You came out okay.
I survived it.
Yes.
And you will too.
Yeah.
And so make sure you're there, and we would have well, we're going to be there too. So we'll meet you, and we're delighted to visit with you as well. Way before the show and way after the show, not during the show. Right. Not during the show, because you have to kind of behave yourself during that.
I might have a little discussion with you during the show, but that'll be fine. Yeah. You'll make it.
And kind of, yes, that probably will take place.
Yes.
Well, what we're going to do now, we have a little more time left over, I believe. What we're going to do is take maybe a little bit of a tour, show you the church that was gone.
Oh, sure. Yeah, St. Divinus. Yeah. I think there's a couple of pictures there of the convent. And me discovering that they were throwing the wrecking ball at the church.
Really?
Oh, it was a bad day, bad day.
Well, we'll take a look at those, and then we'll end our conversation. And Sister, I want to thank you again.
It was nice meeting you,
for
Richard.
stopping by, and we're going to get you some transportation so you don't have to walk.
Oh, that would be
there.
nice. Yeah, and I wonder if they maybe could stop off at the little novelty store. I have to pick up those Wash Away Your Sins moist towelettes. Sister Cherise asked me to get those.
We have
very
one
nice
of those.
Oh, thank you,
We
Richard.
have that store.
Thank you.
On your way.
Yes.
And thank you for watching and visiting with us, and we'll see you next time. We're right here at Al's Steakhouse, and we've got some excellent guests lined up for you, just like Sister Bernie.
Right.
So keep watching Channel 6. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Hey, this is Father Rocco Charles Martini here, but as always, you can call me Chuck. Just a shout out to all you bingo fans. Sister B's Bingo Bonanza is hitting the road. As you know, we were running the hottest bingo game in town until Sister B discovered our bingo board was mysteriously broken.
I'm telling you, Chuck, they broke our bingo
Now,
board.
Sister, we don't know that for sure. You know, so let's not place blame, okay?
Chuck, they're freaks. They serve sushi at that bingo game.
That's when Sister had her vision.
That's when I had a revelation. Right there. I saw 3 words. Traveling bingo game. And I knew if we could get back into that church, gather up our things, we could take the bingo game on a traveling mission across the whole country.
Sister Cherise is always there to help out.
There is no crazy combination like 4 corners or 6-pack or postage stamp or C for Christ or L for Lord. No, it is straight line bingo only.
Plus, Sister Cherise always helps us pump up the production value.
This is where you learn so you never burn and go to heaven when you die.
And you know me, I'm a little on the shy side, but I try to help out too.
I just flew in from purgatory, and boy, are my wings tired.
I guess the most important thing about the bingo game is keeping it honest and fair.
Anger! Gluttony! That's a big
Let's
mover!
go spin that Teresa and get it over with. Look how
Gluttony!
Yeah, like a bad prom garter. What were you thinking?
It's Sister B who holds it all together. She welcomes all religions.
They had no business playing bingo in that synagogue, Chuck. Bingo is our game. We took it.
I think anyone could play bingo.
No, I don't think anyone could. No. It is our game. We took it. If they want a game, let them get their own 5 letters. Like, I don't know, how about Moses?
Oh, sister, they...
Playing like this. Who's playing like this? What did Sister Cherise tell you? Stop playing like this. Lutherans play like this. This is satanic, dear.
She just wants everyone to have a good time.
What are you, nuts? What, and you have jobs? All 3 of you have jobs. Single? All 3 of you single. This is very interesting. Single girls here, all by yourself. This is dangerous. These are dangerous times. You're out roaming the street, you have jobs. See this guy? Look at this guy. This guy is out in the middle of the night at a bingo game. Looking for what? Single women with jobs. Don't you get it, girls? You see this guy? This is a bingo gigolo right here. Take a mental picture. Straighten out your crab hat.
There's nothing quite like Sister B's Bingo Bonanza. This mission is not to be missed. Sister B's Bingo Bonanza. You're gonna have fun, or else.